Good afternoon. Welcome to A Soft Place to Land. Just wanted to come on just for a few brief moments. To catch up on some things, to circle back on some of the conversations that we have recently had, and really just to empty out. Again, welcome to A Soft Place to Land. If you are new here, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Get down in the comment section. Tell us where you're commenting from. Tell us a bit about you. Um, we've had some really, really intense conversations recently. Um, we talked about PTSD and some of the unfortunate aftermath of serving in the military. We've talked about depression. We talked about abandonment. We've talked about infertility. We've talked about so many different things. We talked about spirituality. We talked about sexuality. All of these things have to do with our mind. I recently picked up a book that I read some years ago, and I've misplaced my copy, so I purchased another copy of this book. It's an awesome read. I would definitely recommend this book. And it's the title, I use the title of the book for the title of this video: Battlefield of the Mind. Winning the Battle in Your Mind. And that's by Joyce Meyer. It's an awesome read. Just want to read something from the back cover. It reads, "A war is raging. Your mind is the battlefield. Worry, doubt, confusion, depression, anger, and feelings of condemnation. All these are attacks on your mind." It says, if you suffer from negative thoughts, take heart. Joyce Meyer has helped millions win these all important battles, and she can help you too. I tell you what, when I initially read this book, um, the first time that it was printed back in the 90s, I was about a year and a half, maybe 2 years sober. And there were so many things within me that I was dealing with in my mind. And, you know, I've got to be completely transparent. One of the things that I battled with was the fact that I was chosen by the Creator to continue to get on a journey and move forward. I make no secret about it that I am a recovering person. Um, and I'm grateful for the road of recovery. Has not been easy, but I'm grateful. So I battled in my mind almost with guilt for being chosen by the Creator to move forward. Many and most of my friends died in the struggle. And the battle that I had was why me? And I fought with God and I battled with that in my mind. Why me? Why me? Why did you choose me? To keep going? Why did you choose me? I wasn't the best looking, wasn't the smartest, wasn't the tallest, I wasn't the lightest. Why did you choose me? And here's what I am learning. I was chosen and I was selected and I was picked simply to be here for you. That's the long and short of it. There's nothing special about it. It's like I was picked for you. I was selected to be here to give you a soft place to land. So we talked about PTSD, post-traumatic stress syndrome. Now that you don't only, you don't have to be um, a member of the military to suffer from PTSD. Just living our everyday lives. We know that they have been two recent mass shootings. And I tell you, the people in those communities, those families are suffering from PTSD. This is traumatic. A father left home to go to the store to pick up a birthday cake for his 3-year-old child and never returned. How do you explain that to a wife, a mother, a child? This is, it's difficult. And the battlefield that these people, okay, so people went to church. They simply went to celebrate their faith. And they didn't go home. The people in that community are suffering with PTSD. How do we explain these things? How do we rationalize these things? How do we make sense of these things? Do we hate? Do we read some of the Old Testament scriptures that says an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth? You kicked my dog, I'm going to kick your cat. These are real thoughts that people are struggling with right now. A few weeks ago, a family just went out to enjoy the day in Southeast Louisiana near the Mississippi River, and 3 children drowned and died. Two of their bodies have been recovered, but there's a baby's body that's out there, an 8-year-old that's out there. These parents are suffering from PTSD. This is traumatic. And the battlefield is where? It's in the mind. we talked about abandonment. Abandonment of a young girl who mother was addicted. And I stated it in that show that day that it was her face, but my children's face could have been replaced. Her face could have been replaced by my children's face. I'm quite sure in the years that I was sick and suffering through addiction, that my children struggled with abandonment. I remember when, I've shared during my addiction, I lost custody of my children. And when my children came back home to me, I had to prove to them that when I left home to go to the grocery store, that I was coming back. When I went to work and got a paycheck, I was coming back. And it took a lot of years for my children to realize, okay, we can breathe a sigh of relief. The battlefield of the mind. It is real. It is real, people. It is so real. Infertility. When we talked about that and we had the conversation this morning, if you missed that show, you missed a treat. Go ahead, and it's still up. The video is going to stay up. It was a wonderful and great conversation. The transparency of this woman who gave us a glimpse into what her life has been as a person who is infertile. It was eye-opening for me. There is a content creator that I follow closely, and I would love, absolutely love to have her on my show one day. Buffy Parcell. Please follow her on all platforms. Here on YouTube, Just Being Buffy Parcell. On Instagram and TikTok. She is open and transparent about her struggles and the battle in her mind regarding infertility. So when we talked to this woman today, and she talked about the things that she has suffered in silence. She screamed in silence. She cried in silence about wanting to have a baby. So she's a miracle. Let's face it. She's a miracle. Her family was told that she wouldn't live past age 13. And today she's 51 years old. That is a miracle. But bigger than the physical issues that she has a battle within her mind. She just wanted to hear somebody call her mommy. That's huge. That is huge. That is big. We talked about depression. We think that depression is when a person can't get out of bed, when they're sad and they can't stop crying, when they're overeating. Yeah, those are real signs of depression. But there are other signs that are not so obvious. The manic person who is constantly on the go, constantly moving, and refuses to stop. This person could possibly be depressed. Another person who could be depressed and suffers in silence is the cutter, who cuts because they don't feel anything, and they cut to feel something. And they continue to cut because they have numbed themselves. Listen, we all need a soft place to land. We all need that place to just exhale, to cry, to even scream. Listen, there may even be times when we need to cuss, because sometimes, let's be honest, sometimes some things are cuss worthy. I am so grateful for this platform that I can empty out. I am so grateful for those in this community that I can attach myself to. I am so grateful that I don't have to suffer in silence and put on a plastic smile. This platform gives me a place where I can release and I can dump. Today, I just felt like I needed to dump. I needed to dump. I wanted to catch up with you guys. My schedule for the past few weeks had been extremely taxing mentally. You know that I'm in school, and I'm going to keep saying, and I know a lot of people may be at the place. It's like, okay, Hope, we know that you are a student. You are a woman of a certain age and you're a student. But let me tell you something. I realized last week that I am for real, a college student because I freaked out we had finals last week. And I was afraid that if I did not do well, that I wouldn't graduate. That was a trip all by itself. It was a trip. And I didn't say anything to anyone. And I began to feel defeated until being in the last lecture in one of the courses. And I'm a virtual student, so I'm eavesdropping on the lectures. I'm an online student. So I heard a young woman say, somebody pray for me because school is hard right now. I have all of these finals. At that moment, I had a soft place to land because I didn't feel alone. I didn't feel alone. I understood that I am feeling the exact same thing that my classmates are feeling. We're struggling through this thing. But praise God, we all made it through. And I graduated on Saturday. Listen, guys, I really just needed to dump for a moment. That's it. Just wanted to dump. Please get down in the comments section. Let's talk about it. I really need your help. This is a plea for help. I need you to help me grow this channel. We're moving, but we're moving super, super slow. I need you to share this out. Don't be selfish with the place of solace that you have found. Share this because there may be someone in your life who needs to hear me ramble and talk about some things. There may be an interview that someone that you know, something may be said that they need to hear. Let's share the love. Listen, as always, I love you all and there's nothing you can do about it. I am so glad to have you all here. Thanks for listening. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Get down in those comment sections. Bye-bye for now, and have a great rest of your day.